Are you Scousey? No, 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 man. I'm not Scouser, bro. I'm from near Manchester. It's broken hero time. God, you guys are really optimistic, right? Overking doing the gameplay. Yeah, I think so. 10 bucks says heavy dodge attack. I guarantee he'll have a Griffin double confirm light animation. There's a man behind you. Liar. I'm so scared. We need a Havok Viking hero. Yeah, man. Imagine. Heavy assassin? Maybe. Definitely a hybrid, isn't it?
So welcome back. This is the time we're going to talk about gameplay. So I have with me Stefan and Ben. Welcome, guys. I hope you're doing well.
Oh, yeah, we're doing super.
So let's talk about Medjay. Ben, in 3 words, describe Medjay.
Duality, specialized, and I'm going to add imposing.
Okay,
Nice.
We'll get to why in the coming segment.
Pretty
for
soon.
Sure. Yep.
Awesome. So Stefan, tell us more about the gameplay fight style of this hero.
Absolutely. So as we said before, an Outlander to us is really a unique culture, in this case Egyptian, which is cool. We just talked all about that. And the second is unique gameplay opportunities. As we said, Pirates has the Feats in chain, and here the Medjay has Transform, the ability to have 2 separate modes while in locked combat at all times.
Nice.
So
it's not like Highlander.
Where you get smacked and you're knocked out of your second mode all the time.
Oh.
This character gets to live in that mode.
So you can
as much as
constantly
they
be in
want.
whatever
So you have
stance
2
you want.
completely kind of separate kits in the same kit.
It's like 2 in
basically.
1.
That's amazing.
Exactly.
Basically. Wow. So Ben, I feel like we should just dive into it.
He's got to have a massive
let's get into
moveset
it.
then,
So,
right?
this is the fun part.
Here we go.
Let's go with the chains first, right?
Sure.
Start with the basics. The chain, if you're familiar with Shaolin, it's exactly the same. So
Shaolin chain.
you're going into light, heavy, heavy, light, heavy, light. As long as you're alternating,
Okay.
you're going to get the chain going as long as you have stamina. Your chain lights are enhanced, so you can keep going all the time. And if you press light twice, for example, you're going to get into your finisher light.
Sure.
If you get heavy twice,
Finisher light.
you're going to go into your finisher heavy, and that's the end of
Is
your
that
chain.
hyper
So
armor? Is that hyper
that's out of the
armor?
way. As you
Perfect.
can see,
Sorry, can you throw a few more lights and heavies just so we can get all the damage values for those
yeah.
recording along at home?
Yeah, that's hyper armor, isn't it?
there you go. There you go, recorded. Yeah, as you can see, everything is uninterruptible stance as soon as you get into the chain. The fact that he has this gigantic staff and holding it like really on the end means that he has really imposing arcs. And basically, this is kind of telling you that this is a hero that's going to be comfortable in group fights when he's
the
in
damage.
staff mode. Let's get through the rest of the
Chain
kit
right
real
heavy
quick.
32.
So you have side dodge heavies, classic,
Nice.
dodge those pesky Blackbriar bashes and
Kind
shoulder
of like
bashes.
Hitakiris, aren't they?
Dodge forward heavy, which if I can show it off
Is
here,
that
it does what
Hitakiri
it should
reused
do,
animation?
which is close the gap, prevent someone from rolling out, initiate combat, etc. We have the zone, which, as you can see, has very short forward range, but that's on purpose because usually you want to kind of target the guy in front of you and hit the guy that's behind you. If it would go forward a lot, you would miss
Yeah, it's
those
Hitakiri
incidental
animations,
hits.
that
So
thing.
that would feel a lot worse than have a zone that is like moving a lot forward. Next, we have the big payoff bind move, which is the dodge forward guard break.
What?
There you go. Kind of like a demon embrace. It deals immediate damage and it
20
chains,
damage.
into your chain lights, your chain heavies, all that good stuff. And you can even
does 20
perform
damage,
it
that.
after any light in chain. So you can target swap and
Interesting.
hit someone in a group fight surprise. And
be
you'll
interested in
understand
team fights.
like why we're doing this a bit later when we get into the access mode. You'll see.
Yes.
I think that covers. Oh yeah, I guess we got the guard break. Guard break punish, kind of not the usual one. So you'll have a top guard break punish for this hero. Remember, if you're playing Warlord, you know that you have to go top to get that guaranteed heavy.
Okay, top heavy
with
for the guard
Medjay,
break.
don't do side, or you'll get this.
And that's
Not a fun
24, top heavy.
time. Otherwise, I think we're ready to go.
I think so. Let's just kind of sum up this form a little bit. So if you're in staff mode, you've got big trajectories, you've got uninterruptible stance, and you've got a really good gank melee move that lets you do direct damage and so on. So it's kind of speaking to you as like, if you're in a group fight, this is your group fight mode.
And
that
the
you want to
lane
be
as well, I guess. Good
Personally,
for clearing.
I
It's
don't
very
care
good for
about
clearing
reused
lane,
animations as
in
long
my
as the
humble
hero's
opinion at
good.
least.
I don't really care that much.
For everyone's opinion, I
Yeah,
think.
okay, perfect. So that's basically, we've seen one mode. This is what you want to use it for. So now the question is, what's the second mode?
All right, so I mean, we're going to talk about the mode switch a bit, I guess. So walk back and guard break is your mode switch
Holy fuck.
special move. So you're going to take some time to switch between modes. You are a bit vulnerable while you're doing
not
this, so you
reflex
don't want to
guard
be
then.
caught with your pants down,
So that's
wanting to
the
switch
question
in
I
the
had.
middle of a fight. But we have ways to speed that up. So for example, you want to be in access mode coming into
I mean,
a
that's
fight.
pretty
Like, this
quick,
is a
though.
duel. I'm like, I don't want to be in staff mode. Boom, you can enter lock,
That's sick,
back and
that.
guard break, and it's going to be a quick transform, we call.
That's sick.
Same thing for every recovery that the character has can be cancelled with this quick transform, so you can be in the mode that you want
Holy
as fast
shit,
as
that's
possible.
cool.
And we even have it on a parry cancel. So if, Steph, you want to throw a heavy,
Or cancel.
there you go. You can switch stance and still get your guaranteed damage that you would have had from like that heavy or like parry.
So not only like you can just switch the mode like that, but you can really like do like a follow up like attack, axe, quick stand. Like
Yeah,
it's
you
cool.
can
It's
have,
cool
like,
that you
it's
like
a really cool flow when
pretty
it gets
versatile.
going for sure. It's super cool to see. I
Nice.
love what we did here.
That's
Yeah,
sick,
I'm super
that.
happy with it on parry, especially because that's a time a lot of times where you're like, oh, I thought it was a duel, but now it's a group fight. So I got to parry off at some point, and I
That's
can
a good
transform
point.
into the mode I want, or vice versa.
Yeah. And
Let's-
while you're in
let's
Axe,
see the moveset for
Ben,
the dual
remember when
stance
we
then.
did like a hit reaction in Axe? That was a big challenge that we had because it was always going back into a staff. And thank you to Tariq and the GPP team to helping us creating like magic, programmer magic to make it happen. So I don't know if you can show like when you get it into Axe. So
Do it.
there you
12
go.
damage lights.
So yeah, I mean, this hero has been a long time coming. Like
That was a
we
big
had
challenge, yeah.
a lot of work to do before we even started working on him. So it's a great achievement, and it's super cool that we get
Yeah,
to show it up today.
can we see some execution as well?
I mean, we're gonna get through the
animations.
Axis mode stuff first.
Okay, yes. I'm just too excited.
Calm
Sorry.
down,
Sorry,
calm
I'm
down.
too excited.
I mean, she's the animator girl, so of course she wants to see the executions.
We'll see it all.
All right, so Medjay in Axis mode.
Is that
he
Shaman's
is-
stance?
He has move parity.
Like.
That's what we call it. I don't know if
sure.
we made that up, but it means that whatever you're pressing in one mode, it's gonna do something in the other mode. So if I go dodge forward heavy in access mode, there's something there. If I do side dodge heavy in access mode, there's something there. If I do zone, obviously there's a zone. If I do the dodge forward guard break, instead of being a big bind move, it's a super quick unreactable bash
Ooh,
that
shoulder
this
bash.
time guarantees a light and of course combos into itself infinitely
9
for as
damage
long as I
light.
have stamina. And
So those
you
are only
have
9
the
damage.
heavy finishers that instead of having unreachable stance,
That's
have,
12 damage.
some good old unblockable property
Chain
to
heavy
really
is
force
30
a
damage.
reaction out of your opponent.
So what you're saying there with the input parity is basically like we taught you all the moves that you have in staff mode. So using the same inputs that you've seen there, you can do the same character kind of flow in the axe mode, and you get
Damage
moves
doesn't
basically.
seem like too
so
bad.
yeah, they have different properties and different use cases, but basically,
Yeah, there
Yeah.
you go. So like there is literally two move sets, but since you know what to press in one, you'll know what to press in the other one, and then it's just a matter of having like properties, for example, 400 ms chain lights,
400 MS chain
and the
lights.
unblockable heavy.
I'm looking
finishers.
forward to learning this game, man.
So I think that gets us to the executions, right?
Yes.
okay.
Oh,
Yeah, let's see
all
the
right. No more
executions as well.
invincible. Let's see him real quick. I got this guy. So
We had so much fun. The mocap like doing the stuff like detach, attach, detach, attach during the execution. I love it.
And if you are in access mode, you will be reverting to staff mode if you start an execution, if you go into the execution timer, and if you go out of lock. Same thing here. So yeah, that's a good thing to know. But that's why we have the shortcuts to go into access mode whenever you want.
So what would be the logical transition if you play a hero, like in terms of fight kit or play style, like to play the Medjay? Which hero would be like them?
I think it depends what you're used to, basically. Like if you...
Whoa. That's a nice quick one.
Time to get it out of my system. All right.
If
That's
you,
a nice
if you're
quick
used to
one.
big trajectory characters, your JJs, your Griffins,
It looks
then
fun.
you will, I think, quite naturally learn.
Doesn't look OP. The damage seems
group
okay.
fight aspect of this, the staff mode side of this.
Like,
And if you're used
got
to
the damage right,
some
it
of the
seems.
characters that can kind of nuke you down quickly if things go their way,
Right.
the Assassins or Berserker, let's say, you'll quite quickly learn how to do the flow.
What do you guys think?
For axe mode, basically.
Exactly. So should we get into the feats next?
Yes, we should do that.
Yeah, right?
do that.
All
I
right.
hope
Yeah,
this
this
theory
is
of two modes extends all the way to the feats.
It does. That's why I said duality earlier.
Yeah, I think
so
he seems
I'm
fine as
super
well.
happy that we managed to do this. It was a hurdle, but we managed to do a hero where each of the feats has two different uses.
That's
so
crazy.
basically, the hero has kind of like 8 feats. Let's roll the video. The videos.
Here we go.
So on the
Feats,
first feat, we have the Sunshine Strength. When you get a kill in staff mode, for the duration of your life, you will now have a defense buff for as long as you live. So as soon as you die, you're
Wow.
going to lose it. But you're in access mode, you're in staff mode. As soon as you get that buff, you're going to keep it. And next, we have the opposite effect in access mode. If you get a kill and you have that feat activated,
get damage
you will
buff.
now get a passive attack buff for the duration of your life. And the fun part, the quest, as we call it, is that once you get both
pretty
buffs,
interesting.
you can get both buffs at once. And so you are a passively buffed
Holy
defense and
shit.
attack hero for the rest of your life. And that's even scarier, knowing what the hero can do.
Exactly. So you get to keep each of these pieces. So kind of your goal, as you
So
say,
you get a
quest
kill in, you get a
in
kill in
each life
defensive stance,
is
you get an attack buff, and
try
then you get a
to
kill in
get a
staff
kill
mode, you get
in
a
one
defense
mode,
buff.
and then you get to keep the defensive buff, the little green thing you see on the shoulders,
Until you die.
forever until you die.
really
And then
cool.
ideally, if you get it in the other mode, then you get the attack one as well. You see your hands glowing and your shoulders glowing, and you'll be like, I'm left all the time.
There you go.
Pretty
All
cool
right, moving
idea,
on to the
that.
second feat, the Moonlight Drain, which, as its name implies, is a debuff. So if you hit your melee bind attack with the staff mode, you'll see a debuff on your opponent. That debuffs its defense. So this is your big
Was that
bind
about
move, the big
5
gank
seconds
move.
worth?
That will hopefully have your allies nearby, ready to do heavies. And if your opponent is debuffed at the same
was
time,
about
he's
6
gonna eat
seconds,
a
that.
lot of damage. So fits really well with the game plan. And if we go with the staff equivalent, the axis equivalent,
yeah.
sorry, you hit your little unreactable bump there. That's going to apply a debuff on the attack of the opponent, giving you an edge in that combat, in that duel, allowing you to tank a bit more damage. And since it's a move that you'll be landing often, you can expect your opponent to be debuffed pretty much the whole fight, I would guess.
I like that both like
So
staff
it just
and
took
axe,
3
they kinda,
damage off
like,
him.
talk to each other, and it's
So he
kinda,
did-
like,
he
they're
does
kinda
a 24
similar, but
damage heavy.
different, depend on the mode. So I feel like it's
And with the debuff, he does
So
21
had
damage.
we had an opportunity to have
Just
a
took
feat set
3
that,
damage off. It's not much.
reflects that duality.
It's
for
pretty good, that.
So the stuff that you get in axes makes sense for you in axes, and the stuff you get in axe as well.
That's
so
a really interesting
perfect
feat,
example
isn't
is
it?
the third feat, Scarab Relief, which in staff is a AoE healing around you. You're going to be in a group fight with Medjay a lot, so
AoE
that's what you
healing.
want to have. And
Doesn't
if
heal
you are
much,
in
that, though,
access
does it?
mode, it's a greedy mode. You're in a 1v1. You want to get healing for yourself.
Oh,
It's going to
you
be more
get a
healing,
bit
obviously,
more.
than the staff counterpart. But yeah, honestly,
get a
it's
bit
just a
more for that.
greedy, a greedy aspect.
I love that both like if staff, your whole kit is about being
The
like,
animation.
group freedom, and it's reflected in the
Yeah,
feats
this is a
here
weird, that
especially. This
animation,
is super
doesn't
good.
it?
You can heal your friends. And then vice versa, if you're an axe, your whole mode is about 1v1ing. So if you can heal yourself for a bit more than you could heal a group, this is awesome.
And there you go. And
Very
the
cool.
big payoff reflects that as well. On the feat 4, we have on staff a big projectile AoE that you can throw around and hit people that are bunched up in a group fight for medium damage. And then you have the
50
Axis
damage.
mode, which, if you've been paying attention, is a single target projectile that
70
deals a
damage.
crap ton of damage to just one person. And that pretty much covers all of the feats.
Damn,
We
70
are
damage, huh?
super curious to see how this hero pans out in the competitive
He's
scene, in
fucking
the casual
cool,
scene,
man. I
everyone.
like him.
Yeah, so about that, which composition like of the team will fit the most with like Medjay, like having Medjay on your team?
Much
What
better
will
than
work the
Pirate, I
best?
think.
I think there's a lot of variety actually to this because of the duality aspect. You can kind of play Medjay a little bit differently depending on either your situation or your team's comp or your skill set. Do you need to win the big group fight in mid? Go into staff mode and go try to do that. Do you need to hold this
better than
point and win
Pirate.
a 1v1 to keep your team together? You can go to axe mode and you can actually get it done.
You have a lot of option.
Yeah, actually
Exactly.
looks fun, doesn't it?
So who is friends going to turn out to be? It depends how versatile you are, and it depends how I think your team is set.
Doesn't look
basically.
like he's
So great. So,
overtuned,
I mean,
so
we're
he's
gonna
not
watch
gonna
that
need nerfs,
live
I
with
don't
like
think.
member of our community for
I don't
the
know.
exhibition match that's coming in. So thank you so much, guy, for the explanation. And
Just have to
see
see
you
how,
soon.
how, he, how it
Alright,
is when
Thanks,
the
everybody.
See you guys.
competitive guys get their hands on him and stuff, you know? That was really fucking good, though. I'm impressed.